Hello. So, this isn't anything like what I normally do because I usually sit down and write a script before I record these things, but I just saw Joker 2 and I have to go on a little rant. I'd normally save this for a YouTube short, but I fear I might be going longer than 60 seconds. So, for starters, I was never really the biggest fan of Joker 1. I thought it was good, but I definitely didn't think it was like one of the best comic book movies ever, as a lot of people were saying. It felt more like it wanted to be its own thing and like it was ashamed of its comic book movie roots, which is totally fine if you want to be your own thing, just don't slap the DC label on it. But, anyways, it is what it is. The movie came out, it was good, it was enjoyable. And so when they announced a sequel to a movie that had an open ending that was left up to interpretation, that's always a red flag. These movies need to find a way to justify their existence, and Joker 2 did not do that for me. I honestly enjoyed it more than most people at first. The people I was with were miserable basically the whole time. I actually was into the first about 2 acts of the movie. I thought it was a decent and fun watch. But then the third act hit. And the third act is so cynical towards itself and the audience of the first movie that it honestly was kind of disgusting to me. Now, I'm not going to be going into spoilers because this movie just came out, and I know there's probably a lot of people who want to go see it. But it just felt like Todd Phillips was so ashamed that people got the thing that he didn't want them to get out of the first movie that he had to go back on everything and retroactively change the message entirely and just completely what is the word for it? I've used it before. Deconstruct. There we go. Deconstruct the character of Joker for no good reason. And again, I'm not going to spoil what happens. If I had to say a couple positives about the movie, the musical scenes and just the movie in general was shot pretty well. The acting was phenomenal, especially by Lady Gaga and Joaquin. They were amazing in the movie, which is no surprise considering they're both awesome. But the plot, like I said, does not justify its existence. This sequel is completely pointless. The ending just ruins everything that you could have liked about the first movie. And honestly, everything that you probably could have liked about the second movie. And yeah, that's about it. There was no script for this. I was just really annoyed and had to come on and rant about this film because it's very disappointing that I went in with an open mind and was kind of enjoying it just for it to crap all over everything that I could have liked about it. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't recommend, unless you're morbidly curious, then in that case, maybe you might squeeze some enjoyment out of it from the first hour and a half, but the final half an hour to an hour is pretty brutal. But yeah, that's about it. See you guys.